Hello, I'm Patty Simpson with Simpson Math. In this video, we're going to work some with composite functions. In fact, here I have three different equations. I have a quadratic function, I have a linear function, and I have another linear function. And we're going to solve for x in this equation. And in this equation, I have a composite function of my f and my g function. And they are equal to this linear function of h. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find this composite function of f of g. Now remember that f of g can be written as f of g of x. I like to write it in this form whenever I'm trying to find the composite. It just helps me to visualize which equation I'm going to be inputting. And then I'm going to put that, and I'm going to have this h equation here. So f of g of x, well, this g of x is equal to x minus 1. So I'm going to input that into my f, and out I'm going to get this x plus 12. Now I'm going to input this is my input into my f equation. So everywhere I see an x there, instead of writing x, I'm going to write, just for now, parentheses, and I'm going to fill in, and that's equal to this x plus 12. I'm just going to fill in with that x minus 1. So x minus 1, x minus 1. Now I need to solve. So the first thing I'm going to do to help me solve is I'm just going to simplify here. So x minus 1 squared is x minus 1 times x minus 1 plus this x minus 1 plus 4 is equal to x plus 12. Distribute that and you get x squared minus x plus 1. X times x gives me x squared. X times a negative 1 gives me a negative x. Negative 1 times x gives me a negative x, and negative 1 times negative 1 gives me that 1. Then I'm just adding plus x. This negative 1 plus 4 gives me 3. Combine like terms so that I have x squared, and negative 2 plus 1 gives me a negative 1x. Combine my like terms here. 1 plus 3 gives me 4. I still am trying to solve for x. Anytime I have a degree of larger than 1, so in this case a degree of 2, I'm going to set one side equal to 0 so that then I can factor in order to solve for x. So I want this side to be equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides, and that leaves me with x squared minus 2x plus 4 equals 12. My goal is still to get this side equal to 0, so I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. So I have x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. Now, to solve for this, I'm going to factor. Now that I have it set equal to 0, I can factor it. I could also use the quadratic formula to solve for it, because this is a quadratic, so that also would give me my solutions. I'm just going to factor though. I'm going to use my AC method to help me factor. My A here is 1. My C is negative 8. I'm looking for my AC then is 1 times negative 8, which gives me a negative 8. I'm looking for the factors of negative 8 that add up to be negative 2. So 1 and 8, or negative 1 and 8, those don't add up to be 2. How about 2 and 4, or negative 2 and 4? Sure enough, this one adds up to be negative 2. Those two values add to be negative 2. So we know we can skip straight to the punchline. When our A is 1, I can go straight to my answer of x plus 2 and x minus 4. So this trinomial factors to be x plus 2 and x minus 4. Now, I have two numbers multiplying together to equal 0. I can set each one of those factors equal to 0. Either this one's equal to 0 or that one. So now I just solve, subtract 2 from both sides, add 4 to both sides. So here my x values are equal to -2 and 4. So we were able to solve for our x in this equation. Math Made Simple at Simpson Math. Thanks for watching.